Okay, there's two things I've done recently. One of them is I joined Costco. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid now. The other one, I started a YouTube site. Thanks for visiting Road Trip Joe, and thank you for being my patron. I am out here all by myself in the KCL, the Kern Cattle and Land Company campground. Okay, like I said, I joined Costco. I mean, I've been putting it off for years. The other thing that I've done is, and it's not my first rodeo, but I started a YouTube site. Why did I start a YouTube site? Well, after doing some research, I discovered that others who have Patreon sites also have YouTube sites, and that's what they do. They make their work public after a few months. And this drives more traffic to their Patreon site, which gives them a great way to attract new patrons. So I'm just following what others have done, and I'm hopeful, cautiously, that I'll attract more patrons. But as it turns out, I did the whole process backwards. Usually, you build an audience on YouTube or Facebook or whatever social media platform you're on, and then you start your Patreon site. So, I have ways to go building an audience, trust me. How far do I have to go? Well, compared to some of the really big YouTubers, a long way. So, I spent some time researching some of the top YouTubers, and I was blown away, really, by what I found. The first one I crossed that was of interest to me was this guy named Peter McKinnon. He lives in Canada. He started his site not too long ago, and in just 1 year, he gained 1 million subscribers. That's correct, 1 million. I have, 14? Okay, I have 14, he's got 1 million. He's at 2.5 million subscribers now, which is really impressive, but his stuff is worth watching, trust me. The guy is phenomenal, even if you don't care for what he's talking about, which is making videos. His videos look spectacular, and he's pure entertainment. He's just a natural, really. But he's young, and I'm not. How did Peter grow so fast? How did he do it? Well, I figured he learned from others, so I checked out who Peter watches and came across this guy named Casey. Casey Neistat. He lives in New York. And how many viewers does Casey have? Casey has over 10 million subscribers and counting. He's a huge YouTuber, and he's been doing this for years. Actually, to increase his subscriptions, he started a vlog. That's a video log for those of you unfamiliar with the term. It's kind of like a daily video diary. And what does he do? Well, he does all kinds of stuff, like running marathons. He has all kinds of things on this YouTube site of his. I mean, this guy's so big now, he has a contract with CNN to do stuff for them. Well, he used to have a contract because they parted ways recently. But CNN paid $25 million to this guy for his app, so Casey has done well making daily video diaries, trust me. And who does Casey follow? Well, Casey follows his girl Emma, who changes her shirt a lot, and is on camera for most of the production. She's really just a talking head. Mr. Franco would love this one. But look at the millions of views she gets. One of the things I notice is that of all these YouTubers, they're all young. I mean real young. Well, at least compared to me. This girl Emma, she's 17? And she has over 4 million subscribers. And if you look at her top YouTubers as far as their subscribers go, these guys are just peanuts. The top YouTuber, that's this guy named PewDiePie. He has 60 million subscribers. And he made $12 million from YouTube in 2017. I had no idea. Who's another one? Okay, Jenna. She's number 16 on the list. Almost 18 million people watch this little girl with purple hair. That's amazing. So, they're all young, so what do I have to offer for this age group? Absolutely nothing, I'm afraid. Not sure they're interested in fake news at the OK Corral. But there are some older YouTubers, so I checked them out to see what they were doing. There's this guy. Man, I think he just broke that Xbox. Are you serious? Nope, I'm not going there. Oh, and then there's Nana. How sweet. Look at that shirt she's got on. That's just nice. But I'm not quite there yet either. Then this guy who looks like he's asleep. Now, that's a possibility, I guess. I love this group. They're the Golden Sisters. They have 31,000 subscribers. Good grief. And then the number one old guy on YouTube is this guy that has this place called Grand Illusions. He's a 70-something-year-old guy blowing a whistle. Go figure. And he has 859,000 subscribers. And he's still posting videos. And how many subscribers do I have? Well, 14. Well, I started out with 3, and I'm not sure how I got those even, because all of my videos were set up to be unlisted for my patrons. So I sent out a notice to my patrons and asked them to all get on board, and in one day, yes, one day, I tripled my subscribers to 9. But now I want more. And since I'm doing this backwards from what others have done, I have been researching the best way to promote my YouTube site. So I checked out a couple of people who do what I do. Gone with the Winds was a great place to start. I've been following this couple for a while, and I'm actually one of their patrons. They're a really cute couple who sold everything and took to the road back in 2011. It took them a few years, but they have over 200,000 subscribers and over 1,000 patrons on Patreon. But they built their YouTube site first before they started their Patreon site. I did it backwards, remember? And then there's this guy, Jeff Williams. He's my gold hunting guru. He has over 100,000 subscribers and almost 1,000 patrons on Patreon. He makes really fun videos about searching for gold, and he actually kind of knows what he's doing. The one thing they do, though, I notice, is they make really long videos, which kind of surprises me because I figured that would turn some people off. Most, if not all of them, are way over 20 minutes each, which will drive a couple of my viewers crazy. So what is it I need to do? Well, let's check out my analytics. Analytics is something Google provides for free that gives you an idea of who, what, and where people are watching your videos. I'm still in the learning curve here, but it's pretty good information. Confusing, but kind of addictive if you're into this stuff. It tells you all kinds of things like the percentages of watching my videos on a desktop, computer, or mobile device, the time of day, the location, and a rundown of my most popular videos. So what is my most popular video? Well, it happens to be Dick Garage Cuts, which is more popular than my intro video, which I found interesting. And Fishing with Fly Fish Bill was in third. Imagine that. So, with an older viewing audience, and I can say that because I'm old, I mean 90% of my patrons are on Medicare. I'm just saying. But with an older viewing audience that really isn't into YouTube, I have an uphill climb. Most people over 50 don't watch YouTube, or watch much of it, I should say. They're still watching Seinfeld reruns. Or Gilligan's Island, maybe. Seems that when we reach a certain age, our interest in things just freeze and we stay in that time period. Whether it's the 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s, our taste in music, television, politics, whatever, it just kind of freezes in time. I can tell you way more about the Dick Van Dyke Show than I can about, well, these people. So what to do? Am I out of touch? Do I try to introduce the geriatric crowd to YouTube? Doubtful if I would be successful at that. I do know I want my content to be diverse and consistent, but I also need to figure out a way to promote it to an audience that doesn't necessarily fit the YouTube mold. By diverse, I mean making all kinds of videos, which is what I do. I know some of you go to YouTube for how-to videos. There are tons of them up there. So maybe one on how Joe makes chocolate chip cookies. Or how to repair a garage door. I'm pretty good at that now. And I probably need to find some collaborators to work with. Maybe some younger ones. Doubtful I could teach them anything. Some of these YouTubers are extremely talented. Well, maybe not the talking head ones who talk for 30 minutes about how long it took for them to get to work. But they get thousands of views on that, so what am I missing? I just want to remain authentic and just be myself, so I'm not going to change myself into something I'm not. Some of these creative young people are just natural at being on camera. They thrive at it, I think. I don't. But I am getting a little better. But I'm not going to just stand or sit in front of the camera and be a talking head talking about life, especially my life. I know most of you don't watch YouTube on a regular basis, but I have to see what others are doing. And these people are getting millions of views, which is so impressive. I mean, some of them get more views than CNN, Fox, and MSNBC combined, and way more views than the networks get now. Wow, I have got a lot to learn. Will I ever get there? Will I ever have thousands and thousands of viewers with millions of views? You never know. This is America after all. Wish me luck. That's all I got. riding my bike out here, I ran across two guys who are actually camping in the same place I am. They have these huge glider planes. At first they didn't look like they wanted to be bothered, and then when I stopped, one of them said hello, and I said, would you mind if I shot some video of you flying these things? There's no motor, no nothing, but apparently they can adjust the wings, and it's just a glider, and they're huge. They're like 10 foot wide, and they swoop down. So roll video. Oh. That is cool. Man, I gotta get me one of those. Oh my God. It's like a condor. That was awesome. Oh my God, that thing's huge. Oh my God, that's awesome.
That gives you a good perspective.
Oh, kidding.